What's up, everybody?
What's going on, Kin Folk? Welcome back to another Real Talk Thursday.
Season 2, episode 2.
Today we're going to talk about online dating.
Is it a success, a dang train wreck, a miracle, a travesty? I guess it depends on who you ask. You're going to get both sides of the coin on this one.
Yes. So if you want to hear about that, then keep on watching. Okay, so online dating. I feel like there's a stigma around it just because, like, I feel like people who online date are just automatically labeled as, like, desperate or, I don't know, just looking to hook up or, I don't know, what do you think? Well, I will say that my father, for example, hates the fact that I have online dated. Like, I did that 10 years ago. And every single time I see him, he's like, "You're not doing that online stuff, are you?" And I'm like, "No, Dad."
That sounds like something a dad would say.
Yeah, like, I'm not online dating anymore. Like, I haven't done that in years, whatever. Like, I randomly ended up getting back on. Like, it was just so, I don't know, one day I was just like, I just want to check it out just to see what's out there.
Did you get back on when we went to Dallas?
Well, I had logged on to, I tried Bumble, and then it was in February maybe, and I think it was around February. I don't remember exactly when, but it was early in the year, last year. And I just wanted to see what was out there. And then I got scared and, like, signed off. But there was one guy that was attractive on there, and we ended up, like, connecting. And he was a really nice guy. We texted a lot and whatever, but he was just, he ended up being, like, too passive. Like, he never, and I even said that to him one time. Like, we became, like, good friends, but I was just like, "You're kind of passive. Like, you don't."
What was his reaction?
He was just like, "I know, I've been told that. I'm just kind of going through." He was actually really vulnerable. Like, he's a cool guy. Like, even to this day, like, we're still cool. But he was just like, "I'm just kind of going through something, and I just don't want to," like, he was kind of going through, like, kind of a depression and just didn't want to drag me into it, and which I respected. We did meet up. Actually, we did meet up. I forgot about that one. We met up one time, and it was nice. I mean, it was just cool. He was really cool, but, like, it never went anywhere. I need a man who knows what he wants and goes after it. Like, if you want me, pursue me.
I did the Bumble when we went to Dallas, just to try it out. I hadn't really tried online dating before, and I know a lot of people who have had good success with it. Yeah, I know some people who have had bad success, but it's almost kind of like love it or hate it, and there's no in between. And it was so split down the middle, I was like, okay, I would be fine trying it. But I don't know. It's like, it's hard to get through the random people.
There are a lot of
and you're
frogs.
Like swiping through, and you're like,
yeah, like, what? These are my options? Like, I don't know if you guys have seen that meme that says, like, there are plenty of fish in the sea.
And all the fish
are ugly. And they're like, these are the fish.
And they're all, like, bloated and half dead. I'm like,
yeah, if I can find it, I'll put it in here. But it was funny. It made me laugh because it's true. It's like, if they're a really good guy, they're usually ugly. I mean, no, I hate to say that.
Or not even ugly, but maybe just,
not
and I know
type. People
say, like, well, you shouldn't have a type because blah, 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 blah.
Well, let's be real.
Excuse me. Everybody has a dang type.
Everybody has a type.
Now, some people's types are a little bit more loose than others. Some of y'all just want somebody who's alive.
Exactly. Like, I would prefer to be attracted to the guy that I'm with. And obviously, personality makes somebody more attractive. You could have the finest guy in the world, but if his personality is ugly, that makes him less attractive and just totally turns me off. But you could also have a guy that's just okay, and he have the best personality. Like, at first, like, I've dated guys that initially I was just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then I got to know them, and they had the best personality, and I was so attracted to them because of their personality. Like, I would rather have that, but, like, I keep feeling like, and I don't mean this to sound conceited, but, like, I know I'm an attractive person, and I have a good heart, and I love the Lord. Why can't I have that in a guy? Is what I've been really praying. Like, I just want someone who I'm attracted to. Like, I would love to be just visually
like, can y'all both have a prize?
Right.
You get a prize. Can you get a prize?
Exactly.
You get a prize. You get a prize.
We all get a prize. That's what I'm saying. That's what I want. Like, I want to look at my man and be like, dang, that's mine. Mm-hmm. That's my boo.
Because I think you see that more often. There are, like, these really attractive ladies with these very regular looking men. And obviously, different people find different things attractive. Right. Like, I like a certain skin tone. I like a medium to dark brown. I don't necessarily go for the lighter tones.
Me
or
either.
the, but then, some guys like, the red bone or like light skin or whatever. Like, everyone just has something different that they like. But is that meaning to say I wouldn't date someone who was light skinned? Of course not.
Right.
But everyone has things that just catch their eye, like, right away. Like, you see someone with a beard, nice smile, you're like, ooh.
There's just something about a sassy, medium to dark
I'm on high alert,
man that is just so chocolate-licious. Oh, look, I love me a black man.
We getting worldly. Hold on, let's pull it back together.
We are, but, like, let's be real. Like, I caught a lot of heat after, or even when I was married, when I said that I prefer black men. But it's like, I'm unapologetic now.
I mean, like, if you know, then you know. Ain't nothing better than a black man.
I love me a black man.
Yes. And I don't think there's anything wrong with I not understand people say love is love, you love what you love and all the other stuff. Which is true.
But I love me.
That is not to say that there's no value in white men. There's no value in Hispanic men. There's no value in Asian. Like, obviously, everyone has value, and there are people of different races that we both probably really love and, would be like, hey. But I think and for some reason, I don't know, because white people been dating white people, Asians been dating Asians, Hispanics been dating Hispanics, I don't know. But for some reason, it's like when you're a black woman that says, I want a black man, then it's like, that's why you single, because you're not willing to open your mind. It's like, maybe we just, like what everybody else is like.
Right. Like, I feel like it's okay to have a preference. Like, there's nothing wrong. Like, some people like shorter people. Some people like me like taller people. Like, some people like thick people. Some people like muscular. Like, this okay.
If you like thick people, call me.
Hey.
No, but seriously, like, I have not shut down anyone because they weren't my type. And if I could put up a picture, which I won't, of everyone that I've dated, none of them even look anything like the same. Yeah. Now, I think they have all been black, and I think that's kind of just like, sometimes it's just a matter of like what you're exposed to or what you're around. It wasn't really until I started going to Heartland that I started to be around more white people, but before I was kind of just around more black people. So I just was always dating black people, but it goes from super tall, like 6'6", to super short, like 5'5", and slim to huskier to like, it's like I'm not so specific that I'm like, no, he has to be this, and this. But there are certain traits that I look for. I think they all had nice smiles. Like, I really like a nice smile. Yeah. Or they all had, I think they all had facial hair. I really do like facial hair.
I love facial hair.
So, it's just what you prefer. But I think on the dating app, I don't know. It's like, you get real particular when all you have to go off of is a picture.
Oh man, it's so hard.
You start trying to like really,
it's so hard,
make some educated guesses from that, those few little stupid pictures.
Right, because I've seen guys, like, there were even white guys that I was like, oh wow, like, he's really cute, and then you swipe and it's like, no.
Listen, guys catfish too.
Look, they sure do.
You done put in this other angle and done this, and I thought I saw a little chiseled jawbone, and then I see you, and it's like,
right.
You
do
it's like
not look anything like that first picture that caught my eye.
But I will say, I did see attractive guys on there, But it seemed like all the guys wanted to post pictures of themselves working out.
Okay.
Like
black
in
men,
the gym, yeah. Especially
I feel like black men do
white
that more
men
than
too.
white men.
I don't know.
They do,
but
I
maybe
feel like
more. But like working out, lifting weights and stuff like that.
Which I like that. Because
Yes.
I want to see, I like muscle. I'm not
think
gonna lie.
men think that women want to see that. And so they're like, yeah, look at me. Some women want to see that.
But there's a difference between...
Some women don't want to see that.
Okay, that's fair. There's a difference between posting like a picture of yourself working out because that's what you love versus I just want you to see my body.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I feel like
you can tell when it's a thirst trap.
Exactly. You can always tell. There's always a difference.
And I'm like, okay, if it's a thirst trap, most people can see right through that. So I'm like, okay, well, obviously. So that almost makes me feel like, do you not have enough character or enough just about your personality that you feel like that's what you have to resort to? But even for the ones where it's like, I just love working out and I want to be fit. I'm like, that's good for you. We eat tacos.
Right.
So it's not really come together.
But it's also important to like, are all your pictures of you with no shirt on?
Right.
Or is there just one in there and then the other ones of you like in different ways, like with your clothes on? Or like with some, here's another thing about dating sites that drives me freaking crazy, but it is amazing to me how many guys do this. They have a picture on there with them and another woman.
Yeah.
Not distinguishing whether that is their sister or their mother or their cousin or their ex-girlfriend, which a lot of them it seems like it's an ex-girlfriend. I'm like, why would you do that? Like, that's an automatic left.
Yeah.
An automatic left.
Because you're just like,
why would you do that? Like, what? At least crop her out. This is a dating site.
That's true. I do think that's weird.
I think it's tacky.
I see where you're coming from. Yeah, especially specifically for a dating site, you shouldn't put on there of you, and it should just be you, because that's what people are looking for. We don't want to get confused. We don't want to see you and a picture of your uncle, and I'm looking at your uncle like, hey, can I go through you?
That has happened before too. I'm like, dang, can I talk to your friend though?
But I would have to say, I think I connected with like one guy in Dallas, and I was going to try to have him come and meet at the restaurant and in the hotel, and it just didn't work out. But kind of back to you saying that the one guy was passive.
Yeah.
For me, it's like people just move slow. And I'm not saying that you have to move fast, but if we make a connection on the dating site or whatever, and I say hi, hello, whatever, I would expect that by the end of the damn business day,
right?
Because I want to give you consideration if you might be at work or something, and if it's in the day. But by a certain time, I would expect you to respond, and we have some type of a conversation. Yeah. But it's hard to keep your attention on a dating site. So if you're not intentional about communicating with me, my interest is already gone.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well, I got, a lot of things going on in my life that are pulling me in different directions. I'm not going to wait 18 hours for you to respond.
Yeah.
To my
See, I'm patient on dating sites because I get it. Like, you don't know me, whatever. Like, that guy in particular, we actually text regularly for like 5 months. Mm-hmm. So it was like a long time. It's just he never like, hey, let's talk on the phone, or hey, let's meet up. It was just months of just like, which it was nice. Like, he was cool, he was funny, like we had great text converson, but there's a point to where it's like, okay, like we met on a dating site.
Yeah.
So
right.
No.
What is we doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he just never ended up being fine. Like, he's, like I said, he's still cool, but the whole like, there have been guys on there also that I've like, because Bumble, I don't know if those of you who don't know, Bumble is an app where the woman has to be the one to initiate. So if I swipe right and the person swiped right also, and then we connect, we have 24 hours in order to have like your initial pickup line or whatever, which I just say hello, like whatever. So, and then they have 24 hours to respond. So there have been guys who have responded within the 24 hours just so that I don't disappear. Because then after you after they respond and you're connected, then your communication is just there. Like, you can take as long as you want to respond or whatever. So there have been guys who have done that, and then we text a little bit, and then I just didn't hear from them again. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I'm a little more patient on dating sites just because, like, I know you don't know me, and, like, you don't even know if I actually look like my pictures.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I think I just, everyone has to do what's right for them. I'm not impatient, I would say, in person. That probably doesn't really make any sense, but I am impatient when it's stuff like that. I think it's just, everything is so digital, electronic. You're doing all types of stuff.
Yeah. And everybody's on their phone constantly.
Yeah. Sometimes, to me, it's so easy to forget that you're there. I mean, if you're not saying anything, I'm like moved on to the next thing I need to do. So I had Bumble on, the Bumble app for probably like a week or maybe 2 weeks. And
that's it?
Shauna was trying to tell me to stick with it. Stick with it, girl. And I was like, okay. And I'm like,
there are a few diamonds in the rough. I mean, it takes... I wanted to give up so
I'm still going,
many times. You didn't find any guys that you swiped right on?
Yeah, I did find some that I swiped right on. And sometimes either they hadn't swiped right on me, so it wasn't a connection, or it was like a boom. You know how it says boom? Yeah. It's so exciting. And then I would say hello, and they might say hello back or whatever. But then, it's just like where the conversation just doesn't go anywhere. Right. It's like, what's the point of it all?
Yeah.
If you've already boomed me. That didn't sound right, but
right.
And then
that's the hard part about dating in general, I think.
Yes.
Like, whether you meet somebody online or in person,
for sure,
intentionality is not there. Mm-hmm. I feel like it is so hard to find someone who knows what they want and are intentional. It's so hard.
Yeah, I have definitely, I would say in the last year, I've had a good handful of first dates.
Okay.
And like no second dates.
Dang.
Because it's like
Did you have Bumble dates?
No. I've had no Bumble dates. But I feel like it's the same kind of thing. And before y'all ask, well, maybe it's you, it's not.
Never is.
No, I'm kidding. But no, seriously, it's kind of like that. Like, I am kind of like, okay, I'll be approachable. I always want to be pleasant. I always really strive to be polite. I try to make a good atmosphere for a guy to feel comfortable to approach me or to talk to me or whatever, blah, blah. But so far, it just hasn't worked out, whether online dating or not online dating. Now, I have to tell you a funny story. This actually has to deal with someone in my family. I'm just going to let this person remain nameless. A guy that was like, should I try a dating app? And I'm like, you can. Sometimes it's hit or miss. I don't know. And this person downloaded a dating app and, was trying to use it and everything. And then that same night, there was a news report where they live in Michigan that says, man abducted and dismembered after,
oh my gosh,
making a connection with someone on a date. And if this was like where this person, my family member, where they live, like not too far from where they live. And he was like, so this is what you send me into?
Oh my gosh.
I was like, well, I mean, people are crazy. I guess you got to mind your P's and Q's no matter how you meet someone.
Listen, no matter whether I feel like dating is dating whether you meet somebody in person.
Absolutely.
Someone can lie to you to your face just as easily as they can lie to you online.
Yeah.
Obviously, they can't lie about what they look like because you see them, but that's about it.
Right.
They can lie about everything else. But crazy's crazy. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And discernment is literally everything. Yeah. Like, I think that the people that get in trouble are the people who are so needy. And who feel desperate to meet somebody. Because when you feel desperate to meet somebody, then you're going to go out with every single person that you possibly can. Mm-hmm. You're going to ignore any type of red flags. But red flags are there. And it's so clear if you're looking for them. But if if you're feeling desperate, then you're literally going to just bypass every single red flag because you're just so happy that someone connected with you.
Yeah. You know what red flags I look for in an online dating capacity? What? Someone who can't really write a complete sentence.
Oh my gosh. That is a turn. Listen,
Like
homophones.
grammatical.
Your, two, and there, and even where. Oh man, drives me.
It's like,
nuts.
And I try to give people grace because I'm pretty, especially when I'm writing something. I don't care if it's text or anything. I very rarely abbreviate. I mean, I kind of like write out full sentences with correct punctuation.
I literally just said
That's
this
just me,
in my
but
Q&A. But like, I feel like when you're, I met this one guy who he was like an attractive. He was a light skinned guy, which I know it's not sad. Like I don't know why.
That's the red flag right there.
Which I hate that because I'm light skinned, and I feel like people probably think that about me, but. Light-skinned guys are so typically, generally, and this is obviously a generalization, very into themselves. Mm-hmm. And he was good looking, and he was a personal trainer. So I was like, woo, 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 woo.
And I would have been like,
right. So I didn't really, we
nightmare.
connected, and I didn't, I ended up saying hi, because we connected, I ended up saying hi, but I just kind of wanted to just see where he was at, because you never know, sometimes you can be surprised. Mm-hmm. And he just goes, HRU. And I was like, like, why can't you write out the whole sentence?
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't take that much more time. And this is a first impression.
Yeah.
Like, why are you abbreviating?
Mm-hmm.
And, like, everything was YWD. And I'm good. You?
Just the letter U.
Like, what? You are a grown man. It is so unattractive to me. I'm so with you on that. And then later on, he disappeared on me, and I was like, whatever. And then months later, he ended up being like, hey, how are you? And I was just like, I'm good, how are you? And he goes, we started chatting just a little bit or whatever. And he goes, you disappeared on me.
It's like, I thought you was taking some time to go back to school.
Right.
To learn your reading, writing, and arithmetic.
And I'm like, actually, you disappeared on me. Like, what are you talking about? I'm the last one that says something. Mm-hmm. And I asked you a question. And he goes, oh, well, I'm here now, so... That was that's the last thing he spoke.
No.
Because I was like, nope, I see exactly who you are.
Yeah. I also look for, like... I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with drinking. I drink sometimes, but like when it looks like in a lot of their pictures they have like beer bottles, or it looks like they're drinking,
or if they're at a club, like they're partying all the time.
Yeah, or just different things where you're like, I mean, you can tell. You cannot tell a whole lot from a picture, but then sometimes you can tell all that you need. Or from what they've written, or whatever the case may be. I do feel like you can tell a lot from the type of pictures that they've chosen.
Yes.
And then too, like, sometimes you can tell when you're like, why would you choose these particular pictures?
Right.
Are these particular pictures the best representation of who you are as a person? Or did you just carelessly throw some pictures on there?
Right.
Because are you a careless person? Not saying you got to get that deep into it, but that's what I
agree.
Look at.
I feel like there's a lot of guys that are like, I'm
there's
like,
a lot of up the nostril, like, type of...
Right. Just, like, weird stuff.
You don't know how to take a selfie? Like, I tried when I did put my stuff on there. You know, guys complain a lot about being catfished in terms of women with all the stuff we do to make ourselves look how we look. And they feel like they never know what they're going to get. Like, if you do get to a point to where you guys are together at home, and then it's like when the wig and all this stuff comes off, what do you look like? So I had probably 5 or 6 pictures on there with every different hairstyle. So like my natural hair, one of my wigs with braids, with whatever. Smiling closed, smiling open. You need to see that I have a gap. Maybe you don't like gaps.
Yeah.
Like, I want you to see, like, this is who I am. With makeup, without makeup. Like, here is kind of what it is. So you can see what you're working with. And if that's what catches your eye, now we can take that extra step to see, like, okay, is there anything more with the personality? But it's like, man, represent yourself. Yeah. Like, what is this? A side profile of you at some sports game? Like, I can't even see your face.
And that's the only picture that you have on there. That's the word.
It's like, no, that's not a great choice. But if I could make, like, my own... dream online dating experience. I feel like it would be a combination of eHarmony, because I like the thought behind them asking. They ask like a whole bunch of in-depth questions. Like you have to do like a whole. I've went on the site. This was probably years ago. I didn't ever really sign up, but I wanted to see what the process was like. And you know, they got different packages, and it could get pretty pricey. But they ask a whole bunch of questions that I like. Because some things you just can't fake. I mean, you can lie, but to a certain extent, it's like, who wants to lie over 100 questions? Right. Like, I'm thinking you're going to put your real self in there at some place.
That's true.
So something where there's some sort of, almost like, you know how you get a new job and you do those personality assessments? Just let everybody do a personality assessment and then put the people in the different categories. Yes. Where they fall personality-wise, and then let me swipe and see their picture based off of that.
You know what other one does that? Because I did eHarmony I don't know how many, it was like 10 years ago. And I did not, that was probably my least favorite.
Really?
Because like I like the whole compatibility thing, but then I would be like, I prefer a black man only, and this height and up. And I would get like a 4'9" Indian guy or something like that. I'm like, that's not
They're like, we cannot get you what you are specifying
that
now.
Is not, I mean, there are no black people in your channel. Like, I don't know.
I was going to say, that might have been more so what it was.
Maybe.
We're just going to find you the brownest person that we can find. And
sorry,
it's Raheem.
He's not even 5.
The Indian Raheem, not the black Raheem.
Exactly. But OkCupid is actually a cool one.
Okay.
Like,
I haven't tried that.
I went on Bumble. I just randomly thought about it because I know somebody on the team of the job that I'm working with, like they met. There's 2 people on this team that met on OkCupid. And they're really cool people. So I was like, maybe I should try that out. And then actually one of you guys ended up messaging me after I told you I was online dating and I would take you through the experience or whatever. One of you messaged me and was just like, yeah, I met my guy on OkCupid. I want to encourage you. Like, don't give up hope, and you just might meet the one, And I was like, maybe I should try OkCupid. So I logged on, and they'd ask you some question. I mean, it's not like as in-depth as eHarmony. Yeah. But then they you'll see all the matches, and you swipe, but they tell you the percentage of how much alike you are, which I really liked. But that was actually, it seemed pretty cool. But I saw a lot of the same people that were on Bumble, were on OkCupid, but it was cool to see, like, you see a different side of them, because obviously people's profiles are different on different sites. Because people don't usually take the time to fill those out, but some people do. And that was a good one if you want, like, more like a percentage of compatibility.
Let me ask the kinfolk, do you guys think I should try online dating again? And if so, do you guys have any recommendations? Should I try OkCupid? Should I try something else? I mean, at this point, like I said, I am open and receptive to love. I'm not necessarily like, oh, I want to be in a relationship. Like, I'm just cool. But I'm definitely, open to it if it happens, for sure. Yeah. So I believe that women, we always talk about men should be intentional. They should be the pursuers. But I also believe that we need to make the environment as pleasant as possible as we can for the guys, by being approachable, by being easy to talk to, by being nice and stuff like that. So I want to put myself out there, but do you guys have any recommendations for what I should
try? And if you fellas out there watching, her Instagram handle is JD_mom of 3.
Because I am a mom of 3. So if that's not your thing, swipe me to the left.
Online dating is cool. Like, I personally, I had a great experience this last round, as you guys know already. I was on Bumble first, and I met this guy, and he seemed like he was attractive. I was like, he's cute. He's really cute. And then his Instagram was attached to his profile. And so, of course, who doesn't stalk? You have to. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So I stalked his Instagram, and I'm like, this dude parties a lot. I was like, I don't know, man. Like, and I ended up calling, I was talking to Janae, and I was like, what do you think? Like, do you think he parties too much? And she goes, girl, yeah. And I was like, he's cute, though. And she goes, yeah, he's cute. So then I just kind of was just like, I don't have time for that. That's just not me.
Yeah.
So then I ended up like not responding because he gave me his phone number on Bumble and I just didn't respond for like 2 weeks. And then after the 2 weeks, I was like, I'm going to try OkCupid, and I saw him on there again and I saw his profile and he ended up saying on his profile, like, as I get older, I don't even like to do a whole lot. I pretty much go to work, come home, hang out with his son, he's a son, and then just chill. Yeah. And I was just like, maybe I'm just being a little bit hard on him. I don't know. So that ended up like, I was like, I'm just going to take a chance. So I go back to Bumble and I'm like, hey, sorry, I disappeared on you. It's been kind of crazy, which it really was, but that's not really the reason why I didn't respond. And I was like, here's my number. I'm going to bed. Good night. And then he ended up like texting me the next day, and then we ended up having a phone conversation. And then he asked me on a date. So he was very intentional. Like, he was just like, I want to know you. And then, I just kind of went from there. But it was a good experience. Like, it was a really, really, like, it's been a really great experience. Like, he's amazing so far. So I feel like, and it's crazy because, like, as I was swiping, I'm like, oh my God, like, what am I doing? Like, this is so stupid. Like, why am I still on here? And I'd be like, ooh, he's kind of cute.
Mocha chocolate, right? Yeah.
And then, like, that one, I just, swipe, like, oh my God, why am I doing this? Like, this is so lame. And weeks go by, and I'm like, oh, okay. Swipe right. Boom.
Boom.
Right. So there's like, there are good looking guys out there.
Yeah.
It's just hard to find. It takes a lot of patience.
Yeah. It's the patience part that I'm like having a hard time with. And then even when I see that they're good looking, sometimes there's nothing other than that, which obviously is also not going to work.
Yes.
I'll try again, I would say. Yes. I don't know. Here's the thing though, and y'all tell me, like, obviously you guys know Shanna does not have kids. I do have kids. How is it, the experiences that you guys have had if you've tried online dating or whatever with kids? Because I don't have a lot of free time to spend with someone. So I do also look for people who are intentional, because I need you to intentionally fit yourself into my schedule.
Right. Because if you really like somebody, then you make yourself available when they're available.
But it wouldn't be, my fear is I don't have the time necessarily. What if someone wants more time than I can give? Obviously, then that just wouldn't be the right fit. But I'm like, okay, if we see each other once a week, I'll be thinking that that's good. But maybe they would want something more than that. I might be like, I don't know if I have the ability to give you more, because I'm not going to, probably chances are, I'm not going to have you at my house with my kids. And I'm not going to try to take my kids to the babysitter or something like that. Because it's different. I think that's the hard part for women, for moms. You got to figure out, like, how is this working? Where are we going with this? Like, what's going on? Because that could be kind of touchy territory, Yeah. And I have daughters, and I want to set a good example and all that. But I know some people, too, who are like, well, just don't date until your kids are older and out of the house. I feel like that's extreme. Yeah. I don't feel like that's necessary.
Your life doesn't have to end.
Yeah. I want my kids to see what it looks like to date in a healthy way, to make friends, to, be kind to people. And then I want them ultimately to see me being loved and be cared for and be married and be cherished and all that other stuff. Yeah. So I would rather they see that while they're young, honestly, and it's made a lasting impact in their mind, versus then me just waiting until they're out there. Now they've never seen a healthy relationship. Right. And now they're 18, 19 making bad choices. Like I did when I was 18 and 19.
Never go back.
So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. Y'all just keep your girl in prayer.
Yes. Get back.
Because I feel like I am ready to kind of get back out into the fray.
Yeah.
I like these last few months, I just was like, I'm cool. But, new year, who this? New year, new me. I feel like I could kind of get back out there and just kind of, ease myself. dip my pinky toe into the water.
Just a little.
Yes.
A little.
So yeah, I really want to know what dating apps you guys use or what dating sites you guys use and if you've had any success. Because we know Shanna has had success, but Shanna's also a model. And I am a hand model. No. I'm a food critic.
Shut up! You are so wrong. You are beautiful.
No, you guys, I don't want anyone to take that seriously. I love myself. I feel confident in myself. I love everything about myself. I really do. I know I am, as we say in the 90s, the bomb.com.
Bomb.com?
Yeah.
Now, the only dating site I don't think I would ever do, I don't know if you would, is Tinder.
I thought that was for gay people.
That's Grindr.
Oh, okay.
You thought Tinder was for gay people?
I don't know that much about Tinders and Grinders and anything like that. Okay, so Tinder is just for maybe all people. Maybe
I feel like
they let
Tinder
you say if you want man looking for a woman or a man looking for a man.
I feel like Tinder was the first like swiping app.
Oh, okay.
I think. I mean, obviously, I don't know a whole lot about them, but like I think that was the first like.
Why would you not try Tinder?
Because I feel like Tinder started out being like cool, but it turned into like a hookup site.
Oh, so like you just want some booty.
Yeah,
okay.
and actually, the guy that I'm now in a relationship with, he said that he was on Tinder a long, long time ago, but then he just got back on there to see what it was like now, and he said that it got so trashy. Yeah. Like people will send you vagina pics and dick pics. And like all kinds of like pics, and sometimes their profile pic.
Hopefully, they're not scratch and sniff pics,
right? No. So gross.
We don't want
that. Ew. So it's just like super trashy. It's like you go on there because you want to hook up with somebody.
So stay away from Tinder. I hope nobody was going to recommend the Tinder because now I know you're nasty. I don't know. I feel like people are going to either be good or bad or whatever, no matter how you meet them. That's so true. I am willing to try the online dating again.
Yes.
Because, you just never know. You want to make yourself available and approachable and all of those things. So I think it will be fun. If for nothing else, then I love meeting new people, talking to new people. You don't have to give yourself away. I feel like dating now is not the same as now. Some women are like, you better be taking me out on a real date or else I won't even entertain you. To me, because I feel like it's hard to invest in someone that you don't even know. Right. I'm fine with a coffee date. I'm fine with
I prefer that.
Yeah, because if I don't even like you or anything, I don't want to have to sit in no whole dinner experience.
I do not need a meal. I can pay for my own, okay? I do not need
it's like, let's meet for coffee or let's meet, if you want to have a cocktail, let's meet at a happy hour, maybe have an appetizer or something. Something that is super affordable, can be super quick, and then you guys decide how much you want it to linger or how long you want it to last. So I'm open to that.
Yay! This was so random. Like, I didn't expect her to say she would open back up. So I'm excited.
Because I was thinking I was going to say no.
I'm glad.
But then I just decided to try again. Because I know that a lot of people have had success with finding it. I know a lot of people that are married now to the person that they found online. So I know that it's fine. You just have to do your due diligence just like with anything. But it's like, you don't want to cut off any of your avenues. This is the world, we have to be adaptable enough to live in the times that we live in. It doesn't mean you have to change yourself. And before y'all super saints start getting real deep and stuff, don't be conformed by the world.
Right.
Okay, chill, Betty.
Yeah.
You just have to be adaptable to the times that you live in. These are the type of times that we live in. It's a digital age. It's a very, technology, social media, and stuff like that. Like, that's just, it is what it is. It's not going anywhere.
Right. That's true.
So,
and I used to always say, like, I don't want to meet somebody online. I don't want that to be my testimony. Mm-hmm. But it's like, if I meet an amazing man that I feel like is so compatible with me, and I feel like the Lord placed him in my life. Who cares?
Yeah, I mean, it's
Who
like no
cares?
different anymore because it's so accepted now. It's like, oh, I met him online. I met him at the grocery store. I met him at a birthday party. I met him at, the days of saying I met someone at a bar or at a club, like those are the days that you want to like leave in the rearview mirror. So I'd rather say I met someone online than, in a back alley or something.
Right, I agree.
So I think it's cool. Do you guys feel like there's a stigma still for online dating, or do you feel like it's kind of eased in and ushered into 2020 in the new world?
And if you've had any crazy dating experience that you want to share, like online dating experiences,
oh, don't scare me.
Please tell us. I'm curious, and maybe maybe next time we can, come back to this conversation. We can share it if you're open to sharing.
You know what I want to know? Has
funny.
anyone tried the Facebook dating?
Oh shoot, I forgot about that.
That's the thing. I haven't clicked on it, looked at it, anything. But I wonder what that's doing.
That's
what
smart
that's
of them
talking
to do
about.
that.
Yeah, because it's like y'all all already on Facebook.
Yeah. Oh yeah, let us know that. That would be really interesting to hear, because I'm sure there are a lot of people on there too.
There have to be.
Yeah.
I mean, ready-made. Your profile's right there. You probably just import whatever you want to be right there. Should I try that one?
I think you should. Oh, yes.
Maybe I should try Facebook dating and OkCupid and report back my findings. I'm just going to call this investigative journalism.
Yes, please. And then in that video, any stories that you guys want to share, send them to me at AskShannaMarieB@gmail.com, and we'll share those stories in that episode.
Yeah, and I'll give an update.
Yes, that means you have to be diligent.
I know. I will.
1 month. She's 1 month. Well, 1 month, is that good?
Sure. Yeah.
1 month. We'll come back and talk about this again, and then we'll. Ooh, yes, I'm gonna be all
the
up
things
in
that
there.
I do for my loves via Shauna's Kinfolk.
Yes, and seriously, go follow her on her Instagram. Maybe she'll post pictures.
It's pretty boring, but you know what? If you guys follow me, I'll try to do better.
Yeah, do it. JD_mom of3. Right?
I don't even know. She know JD_mom of 3.
Let me just make sure. Hold on. Yeah, JD_mom of the number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm so excited right now. So yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to send us your stories, whether they're good stories or terrifying stories,
and your recommendations
of
for
dating
what apps
sites.
I can try.
Yes, at AskShannaMarieB@gmail.com. And then we'll share those stories when we come back in a month for the update.
Juicy update.
I'm so excited. So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, comment, share, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next Real Talk Thursday. Bye.
Bye.